Great, so now we're going to talk about the ends means ethics. Now, this comes from ancient Rome, but it's also associated with Machiavelli. And the basic idea of the ends means is that the ends justify the means. So do whatever you have to do. The way you get to this kind of virtuous state is okay. Do whatever you have to do, no matter how unethical it is. That's what you, and that's all okay. As long as you're doing a good thing at the end of the day, how you got there, it's your business. Now, sometimes the means may be more important than the ends themselves. And of course, you're not really developing your character in any sort of an ethical way if you're using expedient means. Let me give a couple of examples here. Some of my, a student in my class, right? Now, of course, they can cheat on a test, right? And they can get the A and all that kind of stuff. That's the end right there, getting an A in the class. But if they never studied, they never showed up to class, and they never did any of the homework, then there was really no point of taking the class to begin with. The reading, the studying, the doing the homework, the means, is what is important to get that A. Because by the end of the time they get through the class, if they've cheated the whole way through, they haven't learned anything. And that was basically a waste of their time and money. Other things that you look at with any sort of a training program. The learning, the trials, and the difficulty is what's important, not the certificate that you get at the end of the program. Of course, you can also see this argument a lot in corporate governance, with CEOs and members of the board of directors taking shortcuts just to get the stock price up a little bit higher, but then once the market realizes that the fundamentals of those firms are no good, then the stock price winds up crashing and going lower than it does before. So this is an example of the ends means not working out. Now, the ends means, of course, may have been more germane in the ancient world. Again, you have to think about, like Hobbes would say, that life was nasty, brutish, and short, where people did anything that they had to survive. And in those cases, I could see that the ends means ethic might actually be a good way to reason through a problem. Sometimes I think about, in high-stress workplaces, you do whatever you have to do to make sure that you deliver that perfect product to the boss, and you hope the fact that you didn't take shortcuts along the way doesn't catch up to you. Great. So in our next video, we will talk about the golden rule.